So we had a fishing mini game last night. It was 2.5 hours, and it was basically to test out the new back end that they had. And needless to say, we had some issues still. I spent a grand total of 199 Atlas bucks, playing it over 108 wins. Yes, for fishing, it was brutal. And the reason why so many wins and the cutoff for top 25 being 103 was because they did a pure random matchmaking this time. So what they did in the past was that they went and they kind of leaned and biased the matchmaking towards people that were within your rank or within like 5 to 10 wins of you most of the time. This time, they didn't do any of that. It was just complete matchmaking, completely random all the time. So you would have people just playing and just keeping on winning because they can beat all the people who below them who are getting like 5 or 10 wins. So anyway, if you're wondering why 199 Atlas bucks spent and not 216, I got a gain of about 17 on the mulligan wheel. I had 19 losses, and of the mulligans that I had for the 19 mulligans, that is, I got a 3 17 times and a 2 the other 2 times. And the only way to profit on that mulligan wheel is the 3. So that's the plus 17. And I managed to win 540 Atlas bucks for finishing top 25 nationally and third in the state of North Carolina. Yes, third in the state despite being top 25. Matter of fact, I finished 13th, and that's after I decided to slack off because I made the top 25 limit. And that is for a profit of 341 Atlas bucks for the day. And if you are wondering how the top 2 in my state finished, it was 4th and 5th. Yeah, I know. Anyway, despite that 341 Atlas bucks profit, that is enough to get 616 Atlas bucks on our simulated account, and thus today I am spinning for 5 parcels. That's right, we're going to go up to 12. So let's go to that wheel. And yeah, what a treat today this is that we're going to be doing 5 parcels. So I'm going to close this. I wanted to stylize the and make the wheel look a little bit prettier for this occasion. So we're going to do 5 spins, and we're going to start with the first one now. And the first will be a common. All right, so the first one is a common. So that's 1. We're going to start the second spin. And the second one is just barely crossed into the rare. So we have 1 common and 1 rare. Third spin. Are we going to see a legendary? Oh, just barely. It's a common. All right, tell you what. Let's shuffle the slices. 1 time and then spin. 2 commons and a rare so far. The third one will be a epic. Our first epic. All right, final spin. Here we go. And the 5th and final spin comes out as a rare? Yeah, it's going to be a rare. So if I counted correctly, that is 2 commons, 2 rares, and an epic. So we will take this to our simulated Atlas Earth calculator board and see where we stand. So we are now up to 12 parcels of land. We have 5 commons, 6 rares, and a single epic. No legendaries as of yet. Still doing 22 hours per day with boost. Number of badges at 0. The number of Atlas bucks is currently at 116. And we are sitting at 4.1 cents per day for 12 parcels. But we still have a long way to go to hit 150. So there was nothing on the wheel last night, so before I get to the surprise, I want to go ahead and spin the wheel 5 times first and see where it lands. I'll start with the first wheel, and we got a 1. Second spin, I should say, is a 1. Third spin, a diamond. Great. All right. I'm going to go watch this ad, and we'll be right back. The 4th spin is a 1. All right, so that's 3 Atlas bucks for the day. This is going to be a pretty low day, looks like. I'm going to go net. You know, I could be in for a record low day here. By the way, I don't know what these phantom ads are for here, but anyway, the final spin is a 2. Okay, that's 5 Atlas bucks for the day. That'll be added on to the list. So what I'm going to talk about today is, a lot of you have been asking for this. We're going to the ballpark, and I'm going to show where I'm at right now with my currently 625 parcels, and I'm going to get to 730. So first I'm going to do a before. So in my before, we have 316 common parcels, 195 rare parcels, 83 epic parcels, and 31 legendary parcels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get 105 more parcels in order to get to the 6X tier, which, you know, that'll get me one step closer to being on the leaderboard as well, because I think top 500, if I can check, is at 785. So I'm closing in on that, and that's basically where I'm trying to get to, basically, the top 500 on the leaderboard. So I'll be about 55 short, which is a little bit closer than I was when I started this. I think I came back at around 290. So yeah, this is the first step towards getting to whale status. Well, what I call whale status. We're probably going to need a new term for that. If you have ideas for that term, because a lot of people have been saying that, you know, it did make sense back in the day when the only people who get to 1,800 parcels were people who are spending money, and lots of it. But right now, you can actually get to 1,800 parcels by just winning a bunch of mini games. So the whale term no longer applies quite as well. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think we should call it now instead? I have a couple ideas, but I want to see if it matches with any of your ideas as well. So anyways, we're about to head out. You know, something I do find a little weird, though, is I was going to say, like, it said it was going to be foggy this morning, but actually it's kind of sunny here at 9 a.m. We're about, I'm going to go change my clothes, and I'm going to head out shortly, but just wanted to show, like, temperature for today. I'm going to bring a jacket. It's going to get pretty chilly, 43. And the highs look like it's going to be about 52, so great. We did dodge the winter storm that was coming in through Virginia and the Carolinas, but it's still going to be pretty chilly. All right, off to the ballpark we go. So this is going to be the last. Easy to obtain tier, I think, of Atlas Earth. With I'll show the tiers up here. It's going to be like 105 parcels, I believe, is what it is to get to this tier, and the next one's going to be 145, and it will just exponentially get higher and higher until we get to 3x. So yeah, we'll see you at the ballpark then. And they're building new townhomes here. This was just something I wanted to show on the way. It'd show you how Kannapolis is growing and all that. It's all this was open field not too long ago, but it's all soon going to be townhomes in about a year's time. So yeah, but we'll be well out of this area very, very soon. We're gonna be moving to a new house very soon. So on to the math, but first, this ad break. It is very bright outside, especially for it being 45 degrees, but here we are back at Atrium Health Ballpark. That's fine, isn't it? Oh, let's see the sun here. Yeah, so
like a what's his name? The director who does the lens flares.
Right now we are standing on basically one of the few places left that I don't own in Atlas Earth, and it's basically just sidewalk. I basically just own the last things I don't own is like the sidewalks, and then like these new apartments that are over here as well. Don't mind the sun. You see that over there, that right there. Yeah, they built those apartments. What was it?
Just this past year, I think.
Yeah, I think it was just this like 6 months ago, wasn't it?
I think that's when they opened up. I mean, they built them last year.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is basically try to finish up as much of the ballpark as I can with the 105 parcels I got. So it'll be this sidewalk. I know there's a little piece of the concession stands over there as well. Concessions and the stands. And then, of course, the apartments. So I think the order's probably going to be here. Then we'll head to the apartments. And then, finally, the concessions. And if we have anything left, I can start using them on City Hall over there. You can see that big building over there. So that will be next. Okay, so just finished that one. We are about 19 parcels into 105. So I'm going to go for the apartments next. And yeah, these apartments in Kannapolis, they're putting them right next to the baseball stadium. They call them stadium lofts. We did a little bit of research, didn't we, on possibly getting an apartment there, but
No.
yeah, like no. it was what was it like? I think it was close to $3,000 a month, I believe, for one of those apartments for a 2-bedroom. We were looking for a 2-bedroom, so the studios were a little better, like $1,900, $2,000, something like that. But I mean, you know, you never have to get a ticket to a Kannapolis ball game again. I heard
You're living on the other side of the building.
Well, it's very similar to what the St. Louis Cardinals are doing. I remember seeing that on their end, except it's a little bit cheaper than what the Cardinals have. Probably because the St. Louis Cardinals are a major league team, yeah.
And this is low A ball.
Low A. So now we're gonna come around here. I should take a screenshot too. I'm taking a screenshot of every position that I am in when I get there. So we're here now at the like a lounge and apartments. So I think I'm going to stop at the apartments. They're not quite done yet. They still got a few things left they got to do, but I have a feeling that by April they're probably going to have this ready to go for the season. Yeah, so there we go. There's a good shot of it right there. That looks nice. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay, so a little bit of a look out here. I'm going to go ahead and start buying, and I will be right back. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. It's the church bell ringing, 10 o'clock. Yeah, so far I have gotten 65 of the 105 parcels. One thing of note, I haven't gotten a single legendary yet. I've gotten quite a few epics, but a little surprising that I haven't gotten a single legendary yet. That seems odd to me. Anyway, we'll make our way now to the last part of the trip, I guess, because I see there's still a little bit of shades left here in the walkways. I'm going to try to get some of the walkways here today. And then maybe with the 5X, we'll come back and finish up the ballpark. Well, we finished up the actual ballpark. So this ballpark is done. But like the park around the park, all this walkway and everything here, this is what I got left to do. So I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to get myself ready to buy the rest of this, and then we'll do the math behind when we get home. Yeah. That's 17 parcels left. Still 88 parcels without a single legendary. That's I think I'm gonna do some math behind that actually. See how many parcels it goes before I finally hit a legendary. What are you doing? My wife is trying to stay away from the camera. I'm gonna see if I can get her. Well, you can see her shadow. It's okay. I don't want to show my face on camera either. I talked about this actually on the Discord server. When am I going to ever do a face reveal? And the answer is never. So, anyway, we're moving on to the concessions. So a couple places I'm going to get when I start the trail to 5X. Probably that will happen sometime in a month and a half. I would say mid-February is going to be Team Store / Kinetic Club up there where they do the buffet stuff. And the apartments over here. See that? Yeah, so what I wanted to do this time was I didn't want to just get the ballpark because I've already gotten like, what, 90, it's okay, 98% of the ballpark at this point, give or take a few parcels. But I wanted to get like the stands and everything around the area here, just get the ballpark itself. And so that will be the next bit. And then I'll probably go after City Hall if there's anything left there. City Hall, I've already gotten like at least half of City Hall at this point, though. But yeah, it's a lot bigger of a ballpark than I realized, and it's a nice looking ballpark, especially for low A standards. If you ever are in the North Carolina area, definitely come by to one of these ballparks in the Carolina League, especially Kannapolis. It's really a fun time. Whenever we come here for a ball game, we absolutely love it.
Let's go Ballers!
Yeah, so it's been that's like the first time you said anything loud the entire time. But yeah, it's really nice out here, and yeah, we're big Cannonballers fans. And see the banner up there. I'm gonna move a little bit closer so you can see the little light screen there, the LED. And nice, isn't it? All right. So I have 19 more parcels, or 17 more parcels left. I'm going to go ahead and get them here in the stands, and then we will head home, and we're going to do some math. 105 parcels and not a single legendary. That is something, I got to say. I don't know what to think about that. We're going to do some math behind that. Well, we did get, though, we got the concessions here. So yeah, today we got the concessions, we got part of the apartments there, and we got the entryway, at least this entryway. So what we got left is the Kinetic Club, the rest of the apartments, the gate here, and then there's a playground area right here that's left for, that we'll do probably on the 5X one. So that'll be nice. But yeah. Just in my head, it's just inconceivable because I think you should be getting a legendary one every 20 parcels. So going 105 without is just wow. All right, we'll go down and talk about the math as soon as we get home. So the gain in parcels I received from 625 to 730 are as follows. Common, I went from 316 to 365 for a total gain of 49. Rare is 195 to 238 for a gain of 43. Epic goes from 83 to 96 for a gain of 13. And Legendary, not a single Legendary. So before I get to my gain in total that I made a month, I do want to talk about the probability of not receiving a single Legendary over X amount of parcels. So as you all may know, the chance to get a legendary is 5%, so the chance to not get one is 95%. To find a legendary for 2 parcels, you will take that chance and multiply it by 95% again, and you get 0.95 squared, or 0.9025, 90.25%. So to not get a single legendary for 105 parcels, you're looking at 0.95 to the 105th power, or about 0.458%. So this was a 1 in 218 unlucky day today, and now you see why I don't gamble. And I know a lot of people mention that rares, epics, and legendaries come out in clusters, like there's some kind of strategy people do with that. But I have tried many of the techniques and strategies told by other Atlas Earth players on YouTube and on the Discord server, and at least for me, none of them have worked very well. So I'm just going to stick to buying certain territories and certain, important buildings like the baseball stadium, City Hall, whatever's left of the Gem Theater after I'm done there. Maybe start expanding on the Dale Earnhardt statue. We'll see. In case we ever get a chance to build on these, and it will be a while before I go out again for another 145 parcels. I might, however, buy parcels at the break-even tier. We'll see what happens, but at least for now, my goal is to stay pat until 145. As far as what I have earned, I will receive a slight drop in my daily dollars, obviously, from 71.6 cents a day to 70.9 cents a day, and much of this is because of my really terrible performance overall. I'm assuming I boost 23 hours a day, which seems to be my average since I average 7 hours of sleep a night. But despite that small drop, I will get a modest boost in my monthly gains from $33.43 a month to $35.34 a month, assuming 2 Super Rent Boost events every month. And I'm knocking on the door of the top 10 in my state, which, starting from being just outside the top 50 in September, is great progress. Not to mention, I have now officially pulled ahead of Flones Jones, mayor of Charlotte, which means that with 725 parcels in Kannapolis, it is officially more expensive than Charlotte, which has completed one of my major objectives. And after a week, here is where I stand, barring a receipt or two, and of course my daily walk as well, as I have not walked very much yet or swung my phone back and forth on my wrist as much as you could say, because a lot of people who use Cash Walk and MacAdam will take those extra steps, or here and here, would take those extra steps to get a little extra coins. Just saying, I'm not one to judge. I mean, I'm sure everyone has done it. I do it too. Atlas Earth, it's a bit of a jump from what it was on Friday, and that is because I have had 2 days worth of 4.3 cents gains to be at 14 cents. How long into the $1 club? I give it a week, maybe a week and a half. We'll see, depending on what mini games show up next week. Microsoft Rewards, we are roughly halfway there. Amazon MTurk, not starting that yet. Cointoply is the one that I wanted to mention. I had done a survey and I got a little bit of referrals from you guys, which, thank you. I think I only have like 2 or 3 referrals, so there's only like 2 or 3 of you that I'm just going to count for this one. And I have 5,506 coins there. I need 50,000 coins in order to cash out $5 there, and it is in crypto. So that's going to be a little complicated as to how I'm going to get that money, if I'm going to want that money at all, basically. If I want to just keep it into Bitcoin or something, we'll see. Although right now, with Bitcoin being at about 45,000, and I assume with the halving coming up, it will surge past 100,000 before shooting itself back down. Again, I'm not an investment, it's not investing advice of any sort. I'm just like speculating out of my head right now. Like, this is just kind of how it happens every halving is, it goes up and then it will go up to a certain point and then back down. I'm not even sure if it even goes above 100,000, honestly, but that's how it usually goes, is there's usually those big spikes around the halving mark. I haven't done much with Benjamin since that $25 cash out. I really, really wanted to cash out. I haven't started a new game on it yet, and I've been shopping around, and I have gotten rid of Upside. I just don't have time to take more of it, and maybe I'll see if there's another one. Maybe I might throw Prolific into here, something else. I don't know just yet. Google Opinion Rewards, and then we have 1Q. Again, this 1Q, the currency is always going to be 0 because it will immediately cash out. But overall, yeah, for the week, I've gotten $41.64. Now, once I've hit about $50 to $100, I want to start looking at secure credit cards. And it might not be next week. It might be the following week where I want to talk about secure credit cards, because I'm going to want to put in a secure credit card so that I can start building my credit score. As you remember, that is one of the nerfs that I have had. So I want to build that secure credit score so that by late summer, early fall of this year, we can take that back, get a real credit card, and then start getting rewards out of it. So that's pretty much it for this first week. I hope that you all enjoyed this little... this has been a super long video, but I thought it was a little something that, I've had it was going to be 6 days, but I got a really bad flare-up yesterday. I couldn't do a video. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the 6 videos this week that I've done. We are going back to 2 videos next week, and we will start probably with day 10 on Wednesday. And then I think I will be doing videos here on out Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday is going to be just kind of updates on my current beer money portfolio. And if I want to do an additional one, I'll just do it impromptu. Even the Wednesday one, I can't guarantee a video every Wednesday because a lot of it's going to depend on how I am medically. As you know, I kind of have these ebbs and flows like I did on Saturday. And then next Saturday, I plan to do a review on Mac Adams. So be sure to check that out. So that is it, everybody. Please do like this video if you like it. You can even put a thumbs down if you dislike it. That actually helps the algorithm too. Comment. I think I put the comment down about what would you want to call the 3 tiers of Atlas Earth, basically. So I've been calling them newbies, regulars, and whales up to this point. However, you can now officially reach whale status, or at least you will sometime this year, without having to resort to spending a lot of money. So what should we call that? Like, we could just call a whale someone that has spent at more than $1,000 in a game. I think Tasty Wallet has mentioned that he wanted to call them early game, mid game, and late game. If you have other ideas, let me know. And that's pretty much it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the year. Bye, everyone.